Hello, welcome back to the Drummond channel. Today is Wednesday, it's December 20th. Kind of winding up the year. I probably won't do a whole lot after this until probably New Year, or maybe we'll do something to kind of look at the year ahead. I haven't decided on that yet. I do want to look at this NASDAQ after this move today, and also check in with our silver trade and see if that is on track and what we can expect going forward. Okay, we're going to start with silver, and so I've been talking about this market for a couple of weeks now, and back here I thought, this is the start of something grand, and then right here, I got spanked by the market, and things turned around abruptly, and then here we are again, starting to look like, okay, we're getting bullish again. So let's dig into this a little bit more and see if we can anticipate finishing up this week, going into a muted week next week with Christmas, followed up with Thanksgiving, yeah. Followed up with New Year's after that. How is this thing setting up for, I guess, for January? That's the point. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. If you've been around with Drummond geometry a little bit, you can see over here on the monthly chart, I'm not showing a whole lot of data, but we've been in congestion, and we've been up here, broken through that yearly PL dot, and then came right back down, found support at the quarterly PL dot, the monthly PL dot, and now we're back up above that. And you can see it you can see it more clearly here on the weekly chart. And should we finish out the week up above the weekly PL dot, it does make for an interesting setup going forward. And that is namely what we call a triple dot push. So if things finish out the week pretty much where they are, a little bit higher, going into next week, we have a huge area of support. We've got a quarterly, monthly, and weekly PL dot, and you can also add into that probably a daily PL dot in this range here, maybe a little bit higher. Again, unless things turn around drastically. But I expect most of the action in the market is probably done with, and it'll be thin trading from here forward until we get into the new year. So what I'm watching on silver then, obviously, is this close here on the weekly chart, and how these PL dots end up coming in to support this market. So I'm not going to get any farther into this. There's not a whole lot else to say about it. It's tracking, and again, I'm still expecting this market to break out to the upside. Now with the NASDAQ, is anybody surprised that we finally had a down day? The market's been screaming up for quite some time. You look at it here in the middle on the weekly chart, from this bar all the way to where we are today, this market is going to nothing but go up. And so is it a huge thing that we see a down day? I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think it's something to be anticipated. And when you factor in the areas of higher time period resistance, it's about time that we had some sort of correction. And what do we expect from here? That's the big question. The resistance that this market ran into, you got the 5.2 down on the monthly scale. We also have the yearly envelope top in this area. There's a weekly 1-1 high and there was a daily 1-1 high that held, and that's where the market turned around at, is right in that cluster of resistance. So going forward, again, kind of like silver, I think a lot of the trading is done for the week and for the rest of the year. So a thin market, we could see some movement. And for the week, I think that's an overly aggressive estimate for a weekly PL dot refresh. I think we're probably going to see coming down here to the weekly envelope. We're in the area of the live envelope top right there, and you see the PL dots over here on the daily chart have been, the slope, or the angle of them has been slowly rolling over. So here we are, PL dot starting to push down. Like I said, pushing down into this 1-1, this weekly envelope top. That's probably where I expect to see, that's the probable spot where I expect to see this market find some support, and then probably some pretty thin trading after that. But in the big scheme of things, I don't call this anything other than a much needed correction. The market's a long way away from its PL dots on the weekly, on the monthly scale, and now the energy is returning to the dot to figure out where to go next. There wasn't a whole lot to say in this update. Again, making forecasts in markets that are very thinly traded around the holidays is kind of a waste of time, in my opinion, and certainly increases your opportunity to be wrong. The Nasdaq's correction today, I don't think is a big deal. I think it's something we should have been expecting, and looking at the higher time period resistance, that's exactly where it occurred. For you Drummond traders that have been watching this, I don't think it was a shock. And the silver market, well, again, still anticipating that to break out to the upside, and day by day, week by week, we're just making, we're building our case. The key point is, I think we're going to finish up on the price on top of 3 levels of PL dot support, and to me, that's a bullish sign. So we'll see how that plays out. So that's probably it until after Christmas. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope everything is great on your end, and we'll see you again soon.